We're bringing it back.
Did I break it?
It looks like it might fit, but I don't really want to get down there. You might fart on me.
All right, Grandpa, get your ass back over and give me some more stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah. We are back at the garage shop for day 2 of the Richard Petty tribute car resurrection, I guess. Can you resurrect something that was never really anything in the first place?
More like a zombie.
There's evidence of Spud being out here doing stuff already, but it looks like he's got the quick change all torn apart already. And he must have done that semi-recently because there's still gear lube running out of there. We found Spud. What were you doing?
Trying to find a gear set. I got the rear end drain, but we're gonna find out if we got a 411 or 486. I just gotta find the 1-to-1.
That's exactly what I told them I thought you were doing. Because I'm like, well, there's still gear lube coming out of there. I bet he went in there to find some gears.
That's it.
And you're already covered in dirt, so.
Oh, you know it. I'll wake up like this. That's a 411. We'll find out and confirm, but I'm pretty sure it is. And if that's the case, the gear set we have in it already makes it a 524, which we were gonna shoot for like a 530 gear anyway for Caraway. So that would be pretty solid if that is a 411.
So if you can find one of the gear sets that has, you know, this gear set has a 21 and this gear set has a 21.
I can put the two 21s together?
That's what you need.
I could have done that. I thought you meant it had to be like a match set.
Well, it has to be 2 of the same size.
Right.
So we are going to get these hodgepodge bolts out of the upper control arms. We're gonna replace them with something, but before we do that, we're gonna like bend these back out. These are all pushed in. Either this car was crashed or something, and whoever put this together just threw a bunch of washers in there to try to make it kind of straight. I don't even know what's going on over here. This is like double nutted. That's not safe. That's just not, it's just not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
Wow. Maybe they're not totally terrible. These nuts are oval. Do you see that?
Yeah.
They're not totally round. So they're kind of like a de facto lock nut. Like a lot of seatbelt bolts will be that way on factory cars. I mean, this is just a grade 5 bolt. You can tell by the number of hashes on here. See, there's 3. So that means that it's grade 5. And if it had 5 hashes, that would mean it's grade 8. Because that makes total absolute sense. 5 hashes is not grade 5, it's grade 8. Ooh, who came up with that? So that is the metal bending.
Well, it's port power. It's designed to go, it's designed for pushing body panels out. You can actually, you know, adjust the frame. You can do stuff with it. I don't know how heavy duty this one is, but it'll work. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, silver box. That should do your job.
This is quite substantial. I've never.
It's pretty heavy.
This should be interesting learning experience.
I'll climb in there, and then you just hand me parts.
Okay,
How's that sound?
that's easy.
All right, so we need stuff.
That?
Yeah, that'll work. All right, Grandpa, get your ass back over and give me some more stuff.
Intro.
Oh, we moved the whole clip.
Move the whole frame rail. Oh yeah. How are you gonna get that in there? That's what she said.
Don't hurt the fender.
Yeah, watch the paint.
How did I get recruited in this mess?
I thought you seem pretty excited to get this thing out.
You jumped in there for anybody else.
Well, it was port power sledgehammer fault. I'm getting on the deal.
Grade 8 nuts and bolts with nylock on them. So those are all good now. It'll be interesting to see how the camber and everything lines up once we get the wheels back on. Yeah, that one was not even tight at all. You know what that one does?
Nothing.
Well, what happens if that pops out? Yeah, that wheel goes towards the wall. Wasn't even tight. Awesome.
This will, at 6,000 RPM, will have us at 85 mile an hour.
Okay.
So,
Baby.
I mean, I don't know how much faster you'd like to go in this thing, but I don't know if I want to get this thing over 100 mile an hour.
I don't know.
I don't think, like, the integrity of the cage is what I'm worried about.
So it'll like
Would I
do
break
something.
this if I climbed in it?
No. No, climb in.
He's under it.
No, it'll be fine. Spud will be fine.
Okay, you guys are gonna have problems with this.
Why?
Because this is an arrow.
If you say it's narrow, it's probably pretty narrow. Put the wheel on.
Huh?
Put the wheel on.
I'm 5'9", 110 pounds. I don't think you guys are gonna fit in this very well.
It's working.
Could be asbestos. No, if mine come up to the floorboard, that'd be terrible. I'll let you know about it. That would be awful.
Yeah.
Ripple off the seat in there.
I've farted a few times since we've been here. Nobody said anything.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, I think you may not have been in earshot when it happened, but it was like a nice audible fart.
Big growler.
A solid 6.
Solid 6.
Did I break it?
Is that not even hooked up to anything? I think you. I don't.
Did
know.
I f***ing break it?
I don't know. Maybe you did.
Didn't mean to.
Okay, add that to the list. Fix the steering shaft. Logan broke the steering shaft.
You know what? I don't think that's
If
really
I broke it that easily, it was already f***ed up to begin with.
I agree with that.
I don't think. Oh, that sounds great.
Get back!
Cool,
I need
buddy.
help.
Okay, I can help you. We gotta go find bolts. I'm trying to convince Aaron to make some phone calls and see if we can get this heap of crap at North Wilkesboro before we take it apart.
That'd be badass.
I mean, they say the surface there is garbage, but this car is garbage.
They cleaned it off enough to get it scanned for iRacing, so I don't see why we couldn't go. They make commercials out there. Why can't we drive around it?
Yeah, this thing is.
I think Aaron brought this for you.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nothing says I worked my ass off like a lukewarm beer.
Yeah, if you're reading the comments right now, you leave a comment. You say, Aaron,
That's like.
pick up the phone, get this car at North Wilkesboro.
I'm pretty sure he just like brought it for you and then forgot to say something.
Or he brought 2 for himself.
Well, then he just won a free beer, and that's one of his favorite kinds.
It is.
That is Budweiser and free.
That's right. We like the free beer around here.
Part of me would totally want to nerd out and put an X pipe on this thing, but it's just not worth it.
It is not. It's not worth the effort.
All right, we're here for an entire fun-filled day.
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Cancelled. I don't think it's an unreasonable goal that this car is running by the end of the day.
That's what I'm shooting for.
I think that's what we can do.
Yep.
Did you read any of the comments on the last video? Oh man.
Nah, is it bad or good?
No, it's good.
They like
They
cock?
like your
Nice! So it's not just OnlyFans, YouTube too.
We're changing the shock bolts now because they don't appear to be grade 8 either. That I didn't even hear the impact go off on that one. Did it just spin right off?
yeah.
Wasn't tight.
Anti.
You know, some of you think I don't do anything. I'm just holding the camera while other people are working. Well, if I'm working, I'm not holding the camera. It's not on. 2, if someone else is doing something, I'm not gonna be like, hey, stop what you're doing to film me. Because that's counterproductive. So, yeah, this won't fit in there. That's great. I mean, they're actually. I still wouldn't trust these bolts as far as I could throw them. So we found what we needed. And in the process, noticed that this top shock bolt is actually bent. So that's nice.
It's so cool.
I just pulled a lower shock mount off, which is not even the same as the other side. It's on a. It's just welded there. It's held on by this with the conical side in. Guys,
Wait, it
I'm
was welded on?
no. There's a stud welded onto the control arm, but I'm pretty sure this is a lug nut. This is not.
It's like
Yeah, they held this on with a lug nut. I think Spud's having fun.
We love it here.
F is for friends who
Do
do
stuff
shit
together. U is for in your ass.
You could have said uranium.
Uranium.
I ate a truck on for breakfast.
Oh, you did? Oh, that actually, you got, does that hit your gums? Yeah.
Good. Come here, Nick. Come here. Adrian! Adrian!
You sure you had a truck arm, or was that some of that under there?
That's a big huge.
While I was labeling the motor mounts, Logan just got hogged in there and pulled bell housing off. She just can't be stopped. I think that's a Saginaw, not a Muncie. There's like a bunch of dogs in here. Who is this guy?
It's Otis. He's the wiener.
He seems nice. That's Spud's dog.
That's Otis's girlfriend. She's camera shy.
He wants the camera. We have to find Aaron, figure out which engine we're gonna put in this thing. Oh, you ready to pick an engine? Yeah. He doesn't want to pick any of them.
There's the bell housing for that motor.
So we don't have a flywheel for this engine, but we have everything else.
Missing one key ingredient.
We have everything else. Everything else. That would be cool if we kicked it. Yeah, hell yeah. Here's our transmission.
Isn't that what you want?
Yeah, I used to have something just like this in the Monte Carlo, but I sold it to buy turbos for the Escalade.
Damn. Priorities.
Not having money sucks sometimes. I wish I kept that thing. But we don't have anything laying around here. Nobody around here, like next door or anything, has the right flywheel. We had to order one. Right now, I'm just figuring out drive shaft length just to make sure that we're not going to need to get a different drive shaft. If we do, then we can get it on the way so we don't waste another day. One thing I could see right off the bat is the T10 has a bigger output than this. I think it's a Saginaw. I don't know. I know we're gonna have to find a different yoke for this drive shaft if we're gonna use this drive shaft. He says he's a certified forklift operator, but I don't know. We'll find out. Hey! There, stop. You're on the shelf now. Go down a little bit. All right, you're good. Now we're just gonna throw this bell housing on here, toss the transmission on it so we can set it in there for mock-up, check the drive shaft, all that stuff. Then also make sure that this oil pan clears, you know, just making sure we don't need anything else. I did not put the motor mounts in between there.
Right.
So that's gonna push it back a little bit.
Yeah, about a 1/4 inch.
We could either throw it on there or just take that into consideration when we mock it up.
Yeah.
Does that gear material look to be the same as the distributor that came out of that engine? I would just like to go on the record that if it eats the cam,
Yeah, it looks right.
I brought up the question.
Yeah, no, it looks right. Yeah, it looks like a steel gear,
Okay.
not a bronze one.
What is it, like steel, bronze, or some
It's
composite
steel or
material that's
bronze.
supposed to work with everything?
Steel or bronze, as far as I know.
Huh. Yeah, putting distributors in and making the engine actually run correctly was always a challenge for me in the olden days. I mean, like 6 years ago when I started working on cars. Good thing we didn't throw that in the garbage like Aaron told us to.
Right. Like the cap.
Yeah, I'll do a little divide and conquer here. Logan's headed back to the shop, pack some orders. We gotta get those out the door. They're starting to pile up.
This is our shop dog, just doing shop dog things. Oh, the pink elephant isn't good enough for him. He's gotta have the dog. Get your shop dog shirts at StapletownAutoWorks.com.
Yeah, I guess I'll bring that shaft inside and see if I can match something up to it.
And if you have to, you may. We
Yeah.
end up having to take the.
If we had that flywheel, we'd be putting it in and firing it up.
You got past it.
Yep. Well, I thought it would be cool if the old drive shaft that came out of the DW truck was the right length, but it's not. It's too long. Oh, also, you can find our merch at StapletownAutoWorks.com, like the shirt I'm wearing here, these hats, things like that. This other drive shaft, first one I pulled off the rack, appears to be the exact same length as the old one. And it might already have the right size yoke on it, so I'm gonna carry them both back there and see how they line up. Hopefully it works. We'll probably just have to get a conversion U-joint for the back to go to the tinier yoke. This is not race car stuff. It's greasable U-joint. It looks like it might fit, but I don't really want to get down there. You might fart on me. So this power steering pump has -6 going in and out. This one had a 6 and an 8. I think that's an 8. Maybe it's a 10. I don't know. It's bigger. And so we'll have -6 going from the pump to the steering box, steering arc back to the pump. These look like there's 6 already. There's 6 going into this reservoir here. Both of these. I don't know if that's AN or freaking pipe thread or whatever that is. Something. But that reservoir is remote, where the new engine has a reservoir on the pump already. So I think we'll be okay, but if we're not, I can dip into my stash of Red Horse fittings and use those. Oh, and I gotta pull those back out and put those motor mounts in. I forgot to do that. So we know this yoke works for that transmission. Apparently this drive shaft came from Martin Truex Jr. car when he drove for Michael Waltrip Racing, which is funny. We could either use that yoke on that drive shaft or use this drive shaft with an adapter yoke or adapter U-joint for the rear end of this. One hand says the other drive shaft is lighter, that'd be better use that. The other hand says that other drive shaft came out of this car and everything in this car sucks. So I trust this one to be balanced more. I'd rather use this one, but that's just me.
I agree. I
Spud,
concur.
Spudward agrees. Grandpa knows how to sling the goo.
Yeah, he does. Look at that. I think he used to do cakes in his day. Look at that. That's pretty good frosting right there.
Now, is this going the right way?
Yes, that to the, yes.
Did you get some bolts long for that?
Yep.
Cool.
You got it on there crooked.
I know. That's why you need bolts.
You having fun?
Oh, a whole lot of fun.
No one ever asks the camera guy if they're having fun.
Well, it's like a constant comedy show and I get to record it, you know?
I always talk to Slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slash.
Spencer appreciates me.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Kelso.
Slash right there.
Yeah. Slash the cameraman.
That's right.
That's me. Cool. And then Tim calls me Kelso, like from that 70s show.
Yeah, okay, what? Is he Slash or Kelso? Or
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Slash. That's Slash right there all day, every day.
Spencer votes
Coming
Slash.
to join the
I'd rather be Slash. We're at the crossroads here. We were just gonna put the engine in for mock-up, but we could put it in to put it in and then just do the flywheel and everything tomorrow when it shows up and just align the clutch and everything under the car. It'd be a little bit harder, but if we put that in now, we can do all kinds of other stuff, like hook up the fuel line, power steering lines, like everything else. I think that might be more time
Friendly.
for the amount of time it would take to take the extra time to do that in the car. I think we will save time by getting all this other stuff done now.
Yep. I agree.
It's worth it. Because when you're under there doing that, me and Logan can be doing more stuff up here. You can only have so many people in one place, like a different task area.
Right.
If you can divide and conquer, that's all the better.
Yep.
I think we could do that good there. You still got the axles and the parts washer?
Yep. I gotta finish washing them. I can go ahead and press those pistons back in there. Make sure. I'm just gonna rotate the hubs, and if it doesn't feel like, you know, Fido's ass, I'm just gonna call it. We'll just run them, because there's no point in, like, with the time we got, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal as long as we're not leaking brake fluid everywhere.
Yeah, we're racing against each other.
Yeah.
If they're dragging on both of us, then
Right. It's
with
fair.
you know,
It's in the same car.
yeah, same boat.
Right.
Someone in the comments brought this up. I think it's a good plan. Yes, we actually read all the freaking comments. Make a comment. We'll read it, and if it's good, we'll answer you.
Yeah, we like the comments.
That we should take all this pool noodle stuff off and actually check the welds. Because
we know what the welds are gonna look like.
I mean, we just want to make sure that it's welded to some capacity, because it might not be.
Oof.
Off these freaking booger welded stubs and roof rivets that hold the body on here.
You know, you can look at it and you can be like, wow, that is ass. But then when you go back and see it on video, you're like, wow, that's just as bad as it looks in person.
Yeah, no. I don't know who has the wrong impression. This is not a real Richard Petty car. This thing was not built in the 70s. Somebody in their yeehaw backwoods garage
This is a
put a body on an old, like, late model chassis and just cobbled everything together.
This is what you call somebody's wet dream.
Yeah.
This is somebody's wet garage dream that they put cool paint on and cool stickers on.
We're bringing it back.
Bring her back, baby.
All right, let's shove this thing in there. That's what she said.
Raced again.
Yeah, these motor mounts appear to be the same freaking thing. Those ones might make the motor sit a little bit lower. I don't know. We'll see.
Can you take me higher?
No.
No.
No, I mean, no. We can't take the engine any higher.
Oh.
Yeah, you could probably get higher. You have to ask somebody for some stuff, though.
I don't know.
Go back in the woods back there. You might find someone.
Maybe not.
Did you hear that? No, he's too busy filming. I farted.
Oh, that was. I did hear that one.
Yeah.
That time. Nice. I feel so involved.
We can start lowering it.
Okay. Can you take me lower?
Gear
Yeah,
move
I'm gonna
again.
take I'll get down there and grab the tail. If you want to run it out here.
Yeah.
That way. Let me grab a plug so I'm not drinking it like usual. I mean, it does help your teeth a lot better, but thank you.
I'm glad Spud likes being on the floor, because if I was gonna get under there, we would have to have this thing higher off the ground. My arms are so long, I can't move. I can't move. Yeah, like I can't reach things and turn around and stuff.
If I had your arms, I'd be D1. I'd be pro.
I could have put that on there.
Oh, it's all good. All right. So I got the tail shaft.
That's a terrible place to be.
Bryson.
Yep.
Get this on camera.
We're gonna capture the death of Spud right here. Hopefully not, but maybe.
If you don't play Creed at my funeral, I'll be pissed.
Can you put me back together?
Can you please not squish me? Power plant is heavy as.
How touchy is this thing?
It's very touchy.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh. Okay, now we can come back more. We're clear.
Okay.
Shifter's clear of the tunnel. We can come
Now
back.
it's hanging up on the steering shaft here. Whoa.
Yay! My butthole puckered.
Sorry.
The shifter. Well, we got good news. The shifter is in the shifter hole.
This might be one of those bolts. If not, we'll just use it as a holder for now.
Right. We can change them out. Hoo-yah, hoo-yah.
Where did I put the pole?
Go ahead, bro.
I can't find where I put the pole. God.
Oh, you lost the pole.
I lost the pole.
Son of a bitch. Damn it, Clyde! I told you to put the pole in the truck.
I didn't put the pole in the truck.
Oh my God.
I ain't got no pole putting it in the truck.
Oh my God.
Wait, found the pole.
My pole.
Here it is.
You got it.
I got the pole.
You're dummy now.
This is just a winger. That's all he is.
Your wiener just dropped a wiener on this box. Come here, Otis. Come here. Come here. Otis. Otis, come here. Come here. Don't step in your pee. Yep, that was you did that. Good boy. He's a low boy. Boom. We got it in here.
See? We accomplished the goal.
Yeah, we had to use their old janky spacers for these back pads to get the front ones to line up. But we're not gonna lock it down until we can like put the drive shaft in or test it and verify pinion angle, because we might have to shim it back up. Like those might have been in there for a reason. As janky as this thing is, some stuff they did actually makes sense. So
we put a digital angle gauge on the top of the intake.
oh, your butt's right there. I have to go to the other side. I don't want to talk to your
ass talking.
I don't want to talk to your ass. What were you saying?
We'll put that digital angle finder on top of the intake tomorrow and look and see where it's sitting at. And we'll probably have to put some fender washers in there just to space it out to level it. But other than that, and then we can check pinion angle once we don't need a drive shaft for pinion angle. I'll set the pinion angle with this tomorrow. I got it maxed out one way from where I was taking that case cover off. But we can put the gauge on there tomorrow too. That'd be another thing we can do tomorrow.
Okay.
And put a laser on it.
Well, the shifter goes into the shifter hole. That's nice.
That's a plus. That's a win.
What if you came at it from above the rear end?
That's what I might have to do.
I can get under there if you need help.
You just want to catch the back counter.
Let me hang on that.
Yeah. You want to grab the rear handbrake.
Yep.
Oh.
Is it gonna work? Oh, you're almost clear.
Teamwork.
That's how I had to put the drive shaft in Jeff Letz's Pro Mod. Over the rear end. Or something like that, because of the loops.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
Okay.
That's the money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, also realized that this engine never had an alternator. This one does.
Yeah.
Which is a bonus, but we'll have to make a wire for it.
That's simple.
Big deal. Right now we're measuring the U-joint size so we can get a conversion U-joint for the bigger drive shaft. We'll get this little needle dick thing out of here. Yeah, because it'll fit, but the collector's not all the way engaged into the exhaust. If the bolts are,
Okay,
a little
to be honest with you, I was more concerned about this angle here.
Okay, yeah, we're fine there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if they were like this, you'd have had a problem because you wouldn't have been able to, you'd have been crashing into stuff. So
yeah.
if if we have to cut off a couple of those washers and move the whole thing forward, that ain't no big deal.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. We don't need no stinking exhaust.
Actually, you guys are in pretty good shape, it looks like.
You got the right joint? Hell yeah. Cool. Well, I was able to confirm that the headers will fit.
Sweet.
We may have to wiggle the exhaust around a little bit, but they'll go on there. We have the temp gauge, oil pressure gauge, the wires to the alternator.
Steve will do that alternator wire for us.
Let's see if these lines will go up to here. I think they will. We just won't use this power steering reservoir. It won't need it because it's already got one. Well, power steering lines went right up. Now we're just transferring over some of the odds and ends, like for the coolant temp sensor. I'll slather that thing up. Yep. This is reality.
That's what we do.
They said do it like the olden days. I think this is pretty accurate. How's that taste?
Like pipe sealant. We got the motor in.
Yeah, motor's in, power steering's hooked up, radiator's hooked up, upper lower fuel line feed is hooked up. We just got to get the line that goes to the carburetor once the carburetor's on, but we still have this on there because we're going to have to move the engine up and down to probably finagle the headers in, or to like actually bolt them up and maybe tilt this thing back so it's a little easier to do the flywheel deal tomorrow. Get that all aligned. Man, we're close. I think we did a good job today.
I'm happy with it.
It wasn't looking good.
You know, morale was down here for a little bit. Not gonna lie. We come together as a team. We worked hard. And now we profit from all of our hard work. We get to sit here and look at a motor in a car.
Yep.
There.
It doesn't work yet, but it feels good to look at it.
It's a big ass paperweight, but it's there.
It looks cooler than the other one. It's got more pulleys on it and stuff.
And that's shiny.
Yeah, it's shiny, and it says Robert Yates on it. That's gonna come off. Well, it'll be sad, but it looks like cooler.
Yeah.
When you got a Robert Yates.
Alternator.
Yeah. Do some alternating. We haven't had any alternating on this thing before. We gotta make a wire for that goes to the fantastic battery box back there. I made a bit of a list here.
What you got?
Steering AN fittings. We don't need that. Verify header fitment. Verify drive shaft yoke. We did that.
We got
that
that.
drive shaft's good to go.
Yep, we just gotta put the U-joint in there.
Okay. Brake safety check. Front hubs check. Tie rod jam nuts. Rear axle reinstall. Loose steering shaft. That's a big one. Carburetor throttle linkage. Pedal check. Seatbelt check. Think of anything else?
Nope.
Besides sucking it?
Besides knocking this bitch out of the park. Nothing else. I can do all that rear end stuff before that comes in, so that can be done. And then by the time I get that done, we'll get the flywheel, get that in, get a carburetor on it, figure out what we're gonna do for a carburetor, get that hooked up, put fluids in it, and fire this bitch.
Yeah, and we fire it up, get it on the ground, and start moving it around, figure out, we could probably go up and down the street and figure out what stupid stuff it's doing, and if this feels funny, if that feels funny, and we get the steering shaft figured out. I don't know, we gotta check the seat belts.
I don't want to limp away from this thing.
I do. I got unfinished cars of my own. I can't die here. I need.
Not in the King.
I got unfinished business. I just finished editing this video. Working all day. I come back here. I do more work on the computer. That's how it is. Working on the stuff is only half the work. But I'm glad you guys are here for it because it's a lot of fun. I want to remind you that if you think this stuff is cool, why don't you tell a friend about it, because sometimes the algorithm doesn't create the growth that it should. If you think it's cool, if you learn something, show it to one of your friends. Help us out. Also, a little bit of a sneak peek. We got a new limited edition flag shirt in just for you North Carolina people. It's like the same as the OG flag shirt that we had from the very beginning, but instead of the American flag, it's North Carolina. It has North Carolina on the front too, along with the Robert Yates tribute shirt. And it will be dropped with one more. There's one more cool one coming out. We're waiting on that on Friday. It's actually Western Auto Darrell Waltrip themed. So stay tuned for a sweet merch drop on stablesandautoworks.com. Hopefully on Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. It depends how fast we can get all everything counted and inventory and listings made off the website. We still have to get the car to run. There's a lot there's a lot to do. I wish I could just do all this, but it's just there's a lot. Okay. We will see you on the next video. We're freaking driving this car. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah.